Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something really practical, actually. We're diving into some potentially radical innovations aimed at making healthy, sustainable eating genuinely simple, like doable in everyday life.
Yeah, we're unpacking the results of Food Hack 2025. This was a pretty intense 3-day workshop at Kristianstad University, part of the Colors European University Alliance.
Right, and it wasn't just theory, was it? This was about generating real-world concepts, pressure cooker stuff.
Totally. The goal was specific. How can we, through collaboration, encourage choices regarding healthy lifestyles and sustainable eating habits? So very action-oriented.
And our mission today is to look at the concepts that came out of it. What problem did they tackle? What was their solution? And maybe most importantly, what's the core idea we can take away from each?
And these teams worked hard. 9 till 4 each day, applying design thinking, using the university's Imagine format. They weren't just brainstorming, they were developing concepts that, could potentially get further developed within Colors and become actual things.
That intensity needs good support, though.
Oh, definitely. They had coaches with diverse backgrounds, innovation advisors, business designers from Crenova, professors looking at complexity, collaboration, even student reps. A real mix.
That mix is probably key to making sure the ideas weren't just, tech fantasies, but actually considered the human and economic sides, too.
Exactly. So that support was foundational. Okay, so let's dig into these ideas. Maybe start where a lot of decisions happen, the grocery store.
Makes sense. We saw a couple of concepts hitting that point-of-sale moment, tackling what you might call the knowing what to do barrier.
Right. First up, roots and recipes. This was Mohammed Ismail, Barakat Adanom, Therese Jangbo, and John R. Finley Axborn.
Okay, roots and recipes, what was their angle?
They pinpointed that classic gap. People see local, sustainable stuff like, say, beets or kale. They might even want to buy them.
But then paralysis. Like, what on earth do I do with them?
Exactly. They get stumped. And retailers aren't always great at promoting these less common items effectively.
So the solution?
Pretty direct. An in-store experience. Get a chef right there cooking simple dishes with those exact ingredients. People can taste it, get a recipe printed, or maybe a QR code to a video. And crucially,
the ingredients are right there to grab immediately.
Yes. It collapses the distance between inspiration and action. It's learning by tasting, right at the decision point. Plus, they added a chatbot for help at home later.
That's clever. It tackles the knowledge barrier head on. Now, how does that compare to the other in-store idea, Chef's Kiss? That was Tomas Balins, Harold Juris, and Robert Strikovics.
Similar setting, but a slightly different problem focus. Chef's Kiss zeroed in more on perception.
Perception of what? Cost. Difficulty.
Both, really. The team argued that many people just assume sustainable food is automatically more expensive or way too complicated to prepare, even when it's not. It's just habit,
Right, that looks nice, but it's probably posh, difficult, pricey reaction.
Precisely. So Chef's Kiss also proposed live in-store cooking demos. But the main goal wasn't just how to cook it, it was proving it's affordable and easy using ingredients already on the shelves.
So it's less about introducing unfamiliar items and more about reframing the familiar sustainable options, showing they don't need that premium price tag vibe.
Exactly. It's about taste and familiarity breaking down that cost bias.
So 2 takes on the store.
Yeah.
1, educating on what the other, correcting perceptions on the how much and how hard. Interesting.
Yeah. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's look at concepts tackling the supply side, like waste and resource use. 2 really strong ideas here.
Okay, let's start with Sustainabites. Oscar Fenge, Frida Westison, Ellen Pedersen, and Tuva Turnfist. This one caught my eye because it tackles a weird contradiction in seafood.
It really does the problem. We're told to eat more fish for health, but something like 95% of fish stocks are fully exploited or overexploited at the same time.
We throw away perfectly good fish.
Yes, huge amounts of locally caught Swedish fish get discarded simply because they don't meet market size or appearance standards, or they're just less popular species. Low commercial value.
Okay, so Sustainabites is the solution. What is it?
This is where it gets really clever, I think. They created breaded nuggets, Sustainabites, made from 50% sustainably caught Swedish fish that would otherwise be waste, and 50% vegetables.
Wow, okay. So tackling waste and boosting vegetable intake.
And they fortified them with vitamins and omega-3s. Critically, they designed them to appeal specifically to children.
That's smart. hit multiple goals: nutrition, waste reduction, sustainability, and target a key demographic for habit formation. It bridges that gap between like traditional fish fingers and purely vegan options.
Exactly, a really integrated product concept. Now, compare that to the green vending machine. This was Rebecca Bjorklund, Heyman Watt, and Olivia Booter.
Okay, vending machine. Usually not the first place you think of for healthy, sustainable food.
Right, but they tackled two big issues at once: Sweeter's massive food waste problem and the need for affordable, healthy 247 meal options, especially for students on tight budgets.
So how does the vending machine solve that?
Their concept is vending machine stocked with hot, healthy, planet-friendly meals. And the key, the meals are made entirely from rescued ingredients.
Rescued, you mean surplus food.
Exactly. Surplus from local farmers, producers, supermarkets, food that's perfectly good but would otherwise be wasted.
Okay, that sounds amazing, but also potentially complicated logistically. How do you guarantee supply and quality from rescued food?
That's part of the elegant design, they argued. The meals are prepared by gastronomy students using existing university or school kitchens. This keeps costs way down.
Using existing infrastructure and skills.
Right, and the focus is on local loops, short supply chains, agreements with nearby farms and stores. It relies on the consistency of surplus within that local ecosystem. They estimated saving about 250 kilos of food per machine per month.
And the price point.
Really low. Around 35 to 45 Swedish krona. Makes it genuinely accessible. Plus, the estimated CO2 savings over 3 tons a year per machine, that's a powerful side benefit.
That is impressive. Turning waste streams directly into affordable, convenient meals. Okay, so we've had in-store engagement, product innovation from waste. What about digital solutions, the tech side?
Yep, 3 really different takes here. Let's start with EcoQuest. Team was Ellen Small, Patricia Silvia Gregoris, and Sophie Druner, Liza Vanderwerf, and Gonzalo Carrero.
EcoQuest. Sounds like a game.
It is. They focused on young adult people who generally care about sustainability but find it hard to translate that into consistent action. It feels a bit abstract or inconvenient, maybe.
The classic intention-action gap. So how does gamification help?
It's a mobile app. You scan your grocery receipts. The app calculates a sustainability score based on what you bought. You earn points for greener choices.
Okay, points. So what do points mean?
Prizes. Well, discount vouchers from partner supermarkets, so a direct financial reward, plus leaderboards, friendly competition with friends, that sort of thing.
So using extrinsic motivation discounts, competition to build the habit. Does that build lasting change, though? Or does it only work as long as the rewards are there?
That's the million-dollar question with gamification, isn't it? But the idea is that by making it fun, rewarding, and social now, it lowers the barrier to entry. It makes the abstract impact feel tangible, even if it's just a voucher initially. It simplifies making the better choice feel good immediately.
Fair point. Okay, how does that compare to, say, GreenWise?
GreenWise is almost the opposite approach, much less visible, more back-end. They saw the problem as information overload and the difficulty of comparing sustainable options quickly while shopping. Plus, retailers need easier ways to highlight their eco-friendly stuff.
So not another app for people to download.
No, exactly. Their solution is a data-driven API, basically, code that plugs into existing supermarket apps or websites.
Oh, smart. Leverage what people already use.
Right. It pulls data from sources like Open Food Facts and offers personalized things within the store's own app. Maybe discounts on sustainable items already in your potential basket, sustainable recipe suggestions based on your history, clear carbon footprint info.
So it makes sustainability insights and benefits appear seamlessly during the normal shopping process. Less effort for the shopper.
Precisely. It's about integrating sustainability into the path of least resistance, making transparency easy and useful, almost invisible.
Okay, that's the sophisticated integrated tech approach. What was the third digital one?
That was Frosti by Busra Oku, Emily Legault, Renuka Kulkarni, and Johan Quintero. This one tackles probably the single biggest source of food waste for many people.
The back of the fridge. The stuff you forget about until it's furry.
Exactly. Just forgetting what you have until it expires. Frosti is designed as a friendly kitchen companion app.
How does it work? Do you have to manually input everything? That sounds tedious.
Well, you can scan receipts or product barcodes. It builds an inventory of what's in your fridge or pantry. Then it gives you reminders, playful, motivating ones, apparently before things expire.
Okay, like a nudge system. Hey, that yogurt's only got 2 days left.
Sort of, yeah. And it includes features for shared households, like families or roommates, so everyone knows what's in there and what needs using up.
That shared function is key, I reckon. Avoids buying duplicates. So Frosti turns boring inventory management into something potentially fun, or at least less wasteful and money-saving.
That's the idea, making a chore feel more like a helpful tool, reducing stress and saving money directly.
Right. So we have gamification, seamless integration, and a friendly reminder system. 3 distinct digital angles.
Getting kids actually interested in nutrition, it can feel pretty dull, let's be honest. And making healthy choices, sometimes there's just no immediate reward. This is a real thing, especially somewhere like Sweden, where, get this, 1 in 5 kids aged 11 to 15 are overweight or obese. That tells you we need some changes. Second, Health Hunt kind of flips that whole dynamic. It makes the weekly shop into like a digital mission. It works through the supermarket's app or maybe even those in-store scanners. Families get points for doing little challenges. Think scanning foods with eco-labels, trying out some new healthy stuff, or even doing quick little physical activities right there in the aisle. It turns the kids into these little health hunters, and they're learning while they play. Pretty cool, right? And finally, who actually benefits here? Well, it's a win-win. For families, those points add up to real stuff, like discounts or prizes. It makes doing the groceries way more engaging, kind of collaborative. And for the stores, it helps build loyalty, pushes sales of healthier, sustainable items, and really boosts their image as being focused on health. So yeah, Health Hunt cleverly uses games and rewards to make healthy eating feel like a fun family adventure, not a chore.
What about the last 2 concepts? You said they tackled bigger systems.
Yeah, they looked beyond individual products or choices towards bureaucracy and culture. Really interesting angles.
Okay, bureaucracy first. That sounds dry, but potentially impactful.
It really is. This was the Friskvårdshub from Minu, Azadeh, Laura, and Georgios. They leveraged a specific Swedish thing, the employee wellness benefit.
The Friskvårdsbidrag. I know about this. Companies give employees an allowance for health activities, right? Can be quite generous.
Exactly, like 2,000 to 5,000 krona a year. But the problem is it often goes unused. Why? Because the process for finding approved activities and getting reimbursed can be confusing, bureaucratic, lots of paperwork.
So people just don't bother, even though it's free money for health.
Pretty much. So the Friskvårdshub is a digital platform, an app maybe. It does one simple, powerful thing. It aggregates all the approved wellness services in one place.
Yeah.
Crucially, this includes things like healthy cooking workshops.
Okay, so it makes discovery easy. What about the payment and paperwork?
It automates it. Booking, payment, using the allowance, and handling the reimbursement claim with the employer. All streamlined through the platform.
Wow. So if you connect the dots, this isn't just a food hack, it's a bureaucracy hack. By making a government benefit easy to use, they unlock a huge pot of money that employees can spend on things directly improving their health, including diet and cooking skills.
Exactly. Less friction equals much more usage. It connects the money, the motivation, and the means, like those cooking classes, all in one place.
That's potentially huge. Okay, bureaucracy hacked. What about culture?
This is a lovely one, I think. Green Fredagsmys. Team was Christine Montekok, Michael Kimur, Ismail Abbas, and Ronam El-Talal.
Fredagsmys, the Swedish Friday cozy night tradition. Tacos, snacks, very ingrained.
Very. But the team noted it often defaults to meals that are pretty meat-heavy, maybe generate a bit of waste, and busy families often don't have time to plan something different or healthier.
So they didn't try to tell people not to do Fredagsmys.
No, that would never work.
Yeah.
Instead, they offered a way to keep the tradition but make it green and easy. They proposed the Green Box.
Like a meal kit.
Exactly. A plant-based meal kit specifically for Friday night. Think pre-portioned, locally sourced ingredients for making quick, sustainable Friday tacos, for example.
Simple swap-in.
And they suggested adding fun extras, like maybe a curated Spotify playlist, to keep the cozy, fun vibe of Fredagsmys.
That's really smart. It respects the culture, acknowledges the time pressure families are under, and makes the sustainable option the most convenient, fun path. Connects local food producers to a national ritual.
Yeah, innovation through preservation, almost. Redefining the tradition gently.
That's a huge range, from chefs in stores and fish nuggets made from waste to these complex APIs and even cultural meal kits. The diversity is incredible.
It really was, which of course made the judging process pretty difficult for the hackathon itself.
Right, there had to be a winner chosen at the event. Who's on the jury for that?
A really strong mix again. Academics like Simon Down and Nelly Orong-Wallen, people from the city council, industry leaders, Johan Ramlin from the big supermarket ICA Maxi, Pernilla Fagerlund from Livsmedelsakademin, which is like a food business network, and student reps too. They needed that broad perspective.
And they were looking for, what? Viability, impact, coolness factor.
Probably all of the above. Viability, potential impact, originality, how well it addressed the brief. It sounds like the final deliberation was tough. It apparently came down to two concepts.
Which ones?
Sustainabites, the fish nugget idea, and the green vending machine. Both really strong on resource management and having a clear path to market, I suppose.
Two very different takes on using overlooked resources. So who got the nod in the end?
The final winner chosen by the jury was the green vending machine.
Ah, the rescued food vending machine.
Yeah.
Why do you think that one edged it out?
The judges likely saw its elegance in solving multiple problems at once. Food waste, student affordability, 2004-7 access to healthy food, all within a model that seemed potentially very scalable, even with the local focus. Logistics meeting social good in a tangible way.
A compelling package. But really, the important thing isn't just the single winner, is it?
Not at all. The announcement stressed that all participants were winners for developing these concepts. And crucially, the Colors Alliance offers support for any team wanting to take their idea further, to actually try and make it real. These aren't just meant to sit on a shelf.
That's the key takeaway, isn't it? These ideas show that making sustainable eating work isn't always about some massive top-down system change. It's often about smart, focused fixes.
Exactly. Removing friction points, whether that's lack of knowledge, inconvenient options, cost perceptions, or even just forgetting what's in the fridge. It's not always about forcing people to care more. It's about making the better choice the easier, more obvious choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And these concepts show how that can be done. Whether it's low-tech, like a chef showing you how to cook beets, or high-tech, like an API tweaking your shopping app discounts, they're designed to simplify your life, potentially save you money, and help the planet.
The Friskvårdshub simplifying bureaucracy to unlock health spending. The green vending machine turning waste into round-the-clock convenience. It's about smart connections.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Reflecting on all these different ways of removing friction, what's the single biggest pain point or inefficiency in your own daily routine? Could be related to food, could be managing your schedule, your home. Anything that, if you could simplify it or hack it using one of these principles, might unlock a surprisingly large positive impact. Something to think about.